Welcome to Armchair Anonymous. I'm Dan Rather, and I'm joined by Mr. Mouse.
Hi.
Hi. Today we have accidentally naked.
Yes.
What a topic for me. I just love it.
It was fun. It was more tame than we anticipated.
Yes, but still exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I live to see public nudity. When I happen to bump into some public nudity, I feel so blessed. What a rare occurrence.
It depends.
Go ahead.
Well, I know you don't like it when it's like people on the street. And I don't either. I'm going to meet you there.
Right.
I don't. I like it when I feel safe and comfortable.
Right. But if you see it at the beach or something, or
Sure.
a dance floor, or at work.
Yeah, if you're at a dance floor or something accidentally falls off, it feels exciting.
Like if Rob stood up and his whole outfit somehow came off, I mean, what a blessing that would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it for Rob. I would feel vicarious.
I would hate it for Rob. I'd feel very bad for him if he was embarrassed. But if he felt great and proud, then I would be really happy for Rob.
Do the Saltburn dance around the attic.
That's a great dance, by the way. I wonder how many times they shot that. It was a long, steady shot.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well, this one is safe to listen to unless nudity makes you puke. And then if it does, you shouldn't listen.
Yep.
But otherwise, if you like nudity, this is the one for you. Please enjoy Accidentally Naked.
Hard times come and go. Good times, take them slow. My life, I had them both. Remember one thing, you gotta know, I'ma keep on shining.
Accidentally Naked. This will be fun.
Okay, great.
Boing.
It's so gloomy out.
Uh-oh, sad. It's hitting. I'm sorry.
Okay, you can't control the weather.
I'm going to shine the light in your window. Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you guys? Sorry, I had some technical difficulties there.
That's
No,
very
you're
normal.
fine.
Almost everyone has them.
Well, I forgot to unmute, so it's my technical difficulty.
It'll
yeah.
happen.
What exciting red hair you have.
Thank you very much.
Would we call it red?
Well, yeah, it's red. You can ask me if it's natural, and my response to that is usually, it said natural red on the box.
Okay, right. Also, what kind of question is that?
Is it natural?
Yeah. Unless you're going to be a comedian and say, does the carpet match the drapes? There's some
Which we
comedic
don't need.
comedic
That's,
value in that.
That's old.
Okay. It's
I
retired.
think that's a retired one.
It's not, though. I get it all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tread lightly because this is a sensitive topic.
Oh,
We're about
sure.
to, and I don't want to start anyone with their guard up. But Jennifer, where are you in the country?
I am in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, sure. Right off I-75. You got some famous folks from Dayton, right? Chappelle?
Yep, Chappelle. We claim that we're the birthplace of aviation, but there's other places that claim that as well.
Well, because the Wright brothers were from Dayton, Ohio.
Yep.
That
I
counts.
think their bicycle shop was in Ohio, wasn't it, originally?
Yeah, I've been there many times. Also, go to Cedar Point quite often.
Sandusky in the house.
Yeah.
You go up to Detroit. That's not far.
Yeah, my best friend lives in Ann Arbor, so up there a lot.
Okay. Is your best friend a professor?
No, she's a massage therapist, actually.
Okay.
Oh, what a fun best friend. I wish my best friend was a massage
But do you get any free massages?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is it a labor exchange? Do you provide her any services?
Yes, I bake.
Oh, what a
perfect.
great
Yeah.
friendship. Good duo.
Cookies for massage.
Okay, alas, this is an episode about being nude on accident, which I can't imagine there's a boring story that leads up to that moment of nudity in public.
No. So this happened back in 2005. I worked for a very large internet service provider at the time. I'm not going to name names.
AOL.
No.
No.
But actually, I was pretty new to the company. I had worked very hard to impress everyone. I landed a really large account, had supported that account really, really well. And I found out that I was nominated to be part of our company's Summit of Leaders.
Oh,
Which is basically like an annual trip. They usually send you somewhere tropical, somewhere fancy. My husband and I had been married for about 5 years, and we never had taken a honeymoon, had never taken a cool trip together. So we were super, super excited. Found out it was at a nice resort in Puerto Rico, all expenses paid. We got to the resort, walk to the beach, we couldn't even believe that this was our life.
Yes.
This was something that we could not have otherwise been able to afford. This is the first time my husband, who hails from Canada, had been on a beach at all.
Oh my gosh.
We decided right then and there, let's make the most of this trip. Drinking by the pool, nice dinners, massages, all of that good stuff. And we had trekked to a different beach one day and we noticed a sign to rent wave runners. This is going to sound strange, but neither one of us had ever done that before.
Best idea is to start out right in the ocean.
Yes, exactly.
Not in a lake. Let's get you in the ocean on one of these 300 horsepower death rockets.
But again, once in a lifetime, we're going to live it up. So we decided, let's go for it. We half listened to the instructions that were given to us. We headed out. Hubby was not being remotely careful.
Well, you said he's Canadian.
Yeah, so there's that.
Had he done some snowmobiling? He's like, oh, I know this. This is snowmobiling on the water.
That's exactly what he said. He said, trust me, I've done this on a snowmobile.
Yeah, same throttle, thumb throttle. He knows what he's doing.
His first time on the beach, and he's like, I got this.
I know exactly what to do.
So I am looking to the shore. I'm waving at people. There's a group of people that have assembled, kind of watching us out there. And out of nowhere, we hit the big wave.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
I was not holding on very tightly to the hubby. And unfortunately, I flew way into the air, completely off and right into the sea.
Oh, wow.
You know, we were pretty far out at this point. So there was a level of panic and terror. I was like, are there sharks? How far out are we? How am I going to get back on?
Yeah, they're not the easiest vessel to reboard.
Well, especially when neither one of us realized to turn the vessel off to reboard. He manages to kind of keep it still, but the problem is, as I'm trying to reboard, the jets are pushing me further and further away. So I'd get a little close, get pushed back. Get a little close, get pushed back.
Good sense of what's going to happen next.
I'm panicked. I look, and thankfully, the company we rented from had actually sent a lifeguard out on his own wave runner to come get me.
Great.
I'm anxiously awaiting. He hands me a rope to tow me in. I'm just hanging onto this rope and just having the ride of my life.
Well, real quick, Jennifer, he's going to drag you all the way back to shore. He's not going to try to get you on one of the skis?
No, I was so exhausted at that point from the fight of my life to get on the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think he just saw my exhaustion and said, just hang on, I'm going to tow you in.
Drag you back.
We get closer and closer to the shore. I look up and I noticed the group of people that I had noticed before on the beach. They're cheering, they're clapping, and I'm thinking, is this for me? And then as we get nearer, I kind of recognize some of these people. Literally, my company's entire senior leadership team had been standing on the beach watching this whole debacle. And I mean, they were rooting for me to get back on that thing. They were cheering. They were so excited that I was rescued. So we're talking the CEO of the company, and this is a large internet company, right? The CEO, the CFO, all the big shots. So, you know, I'm a little bit embarrassed, but I thought, I'm just a nobody at this company. These folks are not going to remember me. They're not going to know who I am. It's fine. They think it's a stranger, whatever. So I get far enough to stand up, and all of a sudden I become very obvious to the fact that my bathing suit has completely fallen off me. Still had the bottom intact.
Okay.
Just topless.
Okay.
So there's that. But my double D's were on full display.
Oh, those lucky observers.
The excited clapping turned to complete and
no,
utter
Josh.
shock. And all I could do was just hurry up, put the swimsuit back on. I literally booked it back to our room. I mean, it was probably a good mile away. I just ran.
You just deserted your husband. We'll regroup in the room.
Oh, I did. You know, again, I'm thinking, oh, no big deal. These people don't know who I am. Again, bright red hair.
Yeah.
I'm pretty recognizable. And the funny thing, too, was I should have known immediately because the lifeguard just had a tremendous smile on his face.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's so happy.
And I tried to say something to him and thank him. He didn't speak English. So it was just, you know, smiling and nodding. I got back to the room. I chalked it up to, okay, they're not going to know who I am for the remainder of this trip. And we had a lot of team functions and company dinners. Literally every single person on the leadership team came up, introduced themselves, knew me by name at this point, shook my hand and said, way to go.
Wow.
You've provided a great service for the company. We all have something to talk about now. We hope something eventful will happen at these retreats, and you have given us that.
I even received a room credit from the CFO with a nice little card saying thanks for the show.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, boy. And what year was this again?
This is 05.
Yeah, this wouldn't happen now. Everyone would have to pretend like they
They didn't see. Yeah.
It shouldn't have happened then, really.
Exactly. It should never have happened.
So I actually am still at this company today.
Oh, wow.
Congrats
Oh, my goodness.
to them.
So I always wonder, did I get promoted and remain because of that incident? I mean, literally every time I've gone to headquarters, they all still know me.
Oh, boy.
Come say hi. So I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing. It was certainly mortifying for me, but I guess it worked out.
I was going to ask, has it become legend at these retreats? Like people will go like, oh, this one time in 2005, this gal ended up nude. You drug in from the sea.
Literally, there have been toasts to the effect of, now keep your top on, Jen.
Oh, okay. All right.
Enough, guys.
Yeah.
Enough, guys.
That's unfortunate.
I actually think the funniest part is that you would get close and then get pushed out. Visually, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a set piece in a comedy.
Piece,
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of the recent treadmill story,
Yes,
right? It was
that's
kind of the same concept.
That's exactly what I'm
back and
thinking
forth.
about.
The spin cycle. On the march back to your room, were you like, this fucking Canuck husband of mine had no business. He should have
doesn't know
seen
what
that
he's
wave.
doing.
Yeah.
Why didn't he tell me to pull my bathing suit
Yeah,
up?
were you
What the hell?
did he get the brunt of all that?
Very much so. I think there was probably a 24-hour period of no talking
Right.
on this lovely vacation.
To be expected.
I think he knew immediately just the fact that he couldn't get me back on that thing, that he was already in trouble for that. So.
Yeah. A little different on a snowmobile. You just stand up and then you sling your leg right over
it is different.
Yeah.
And there's no loss of clothing.
No.
Yeah.
Well, at least hopefully not.
If you've lost your snowmobile suit, you've been in an accident that's going to have you in the ER.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, snowmobile suit. Jennifer, what a great story.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the fact that it was in front of all your new employers, that really heightens the stakes.
I got to say this, and Monica, you'll appreciate this. Dax, you are my Matt Damon.
Oh, Jennifer, come on.
I'm trying so hard to keep it cool, but like
my
this
God, you're
is
doing a
so
great
amazing
job.
for me.
I had no idea. Yeah, you're playing it very cool.
Yeah. Cool girls know how to be cool.
I try to be cool, but yeah, I have been such a fan for so long. Like I literally fell in love with you during parenthood.
Oh, thank you.
Just wow. This is amazing. And Monica, I love you to death.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we loved
Appreciate
getting
it.
to meet you. As my neighbor to the south in Ohio, go Buckeyes. Happy to get to talk
Also,
to you.
we have the same breast size, so that's fun for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats,
Love that
ladies.
for us.
And just one more thing. My husband and I have been married for 25 years. He is an addict, and you and Kristen have really been a support system for us. We're hanging in there, keeping it going, taking it a day at a time. And I owe a lot of that to you and you guys being so open and honest with your struggles.
Oh, thank you. That makes me really happy. All right. Well, Jennifer, great meeting you, and thanks for that wonderful story.
Of course, guys. Have a good rest of the day.
Okay, take
Bye.
care.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
Jill.
Oh, look at this fort you made.
Yeah, what a great fort.
Thank you. I tried really hard for Monica.
It's gorgeous.
I was very stressed about the fort. Then I cleaned the rest of my house, just in case you wanted to, I don't know, take a look around.
Go on a tour. Now, based on the structure of this fort, it does look like you could have employed the help of some 6 or 7-year-olds. It
Yeah.
definitely screams child fort.
It really does. It's beautiful.
We'll go with that. Let's bring children into it instead of me just making this super janky fort.
I really like it. I like that you've pulled the 2 bar back chairs up to get a little height.
I was really hoping you would notice that.
Yeah, no, it's great.
really good.
Bar back chairs, yes.
Is that what we call them? Monica, help me out.
Bar stools?
Well, bar stools don't have a back, though,
Oh,
right? They're stools.
okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, bar back.
But then if it was bar back, wouldn't it go behind the bar?
Well,
Yeah,
a bar
bar
back
back
is someone helping the bartender, so
Exactly.
that is confusing.
Yeah.
But I said bar back chairs,
I think it's bar stools with the back.
bar stool sports. Jill, where are you in the
I
country?
got you guys into an argument.
You think that's an argument?
Also, you shouldn't feel that proud of yourself. All you gotta do is open a window and let a breeze blow through.
It's so easy.
Where are you, though?
Right now, I am in Alameda, California.
Where is Alameda? North?
I found a place you don't know.
You're offended.
I'm so excited. No, I'm happy.
Okay.
So it is right across the bridge to the Bay Area, and it's right next to Oakland. It's an island.
Oh, no
Cool.
shit. The bridge stops. There's an exit. Are you commuting by ferry?
You can do ferry, a bus, or cars. But yeah, there is definitely a bridge across that you have to take.
Nice.
Cool.
And if the zombie apocalypse comes, they're going to just put the bridges up and no one can get in.
Wow, you're
lucky.
well suited for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so Jill, not to thin slice and put you into a box, but at first glance, I don't assume you've been accidentally naked in public.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I think it is. Like, you look put together and responsible.
I look like a mom who would have a kid that would make a fort. Yes, absolutely. No, I have 1000% been naked in a very, very public place.
Oh, please.
We can't wait to
Please
hear.
tell us.
Let me set the scene. So it's 1990.
Perfect.
Yes, so pre-cell phone. So let's all just like, whew, on that one. And it is Bali, actually.
Oh my gosh. How does one end up in Bali in 1990? You're young.
I was really young. I was 21 and I was working for a Club Med type of place. It's called Pacific Islands Club in Saipan in the Marianas Islands. And I was in their kind of club mate. It sounds like playmate. It's not. Teaching archery, aerobics, etc.
This seems like a dream job for a 21-year-old.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
It was an amazing, amazing job. I learned how to drink on Saipan. It was great. I also started traveling. I wanted to be like a really cool world traveler, and Saipan, which is in the middle of the Marianas, is really close to a lot of different places. So I decided to go with my boyfriend at the time to Bali. And have you ever been to Bali?
Yes, one time in 1997.
So you know about Ubud.
Perhaps. What is Ubud?
Great. Thank you for asking. So Ubud is the monkey forest. So it's called the monkey forest or the monkey temple. So it's a huge tourist place with over 600 monkeys just kind of roaming around. They're really tame. You know, you can feed them if you want.
I'm mad I didn't go there. I wish I had.
You still have a chance. And maybe after this story, you may not feel like it. I go to the entrance and there's all these tourists, of course, and then local people selling things. And there's a beautiful little girl that comes up to me. She looks to be like 4 or 5, and she hands me this necklace. And I'm like, great. And so it's got beads or beans or seeds or something on it. And so I put it around my neck and I give her some money, and she's happy and she walks away. And I'm happy because I've done this amazing, benevolent deed. And so I go deep into the forest, and that's where all the monkeys are. And the monkeys kind of take a look at me, and one monkey comes over, and he's a medium-sized monkey. He starts to kind of crawl up my body, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. I'm a world traveler. This is fine. And he picks up the necklace and he starts kind of eating it like you would like a little candy necklace, from like elementary school. I'm kind of trying not to freak out and be this cool world traveler, and the other monkeys kind of notice that he's eating.
Oh my God.
It's okay, Monica.
This is stressing me out.
Yeah, you're having visions of being swarmed by wild monkeys and torn to bits.
Yeah, it's going to get worse. So the monkeys kind of notice that he's eating. They come over, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay. And he's just still kind of chill, maybe a little hissing at the monkeys that are now starting to gather at my feet. And he decides that he's like bored with this action, I think. And so he just yanks the necklace really hard, and the beans or the seeds just spreads everywhere to all the monkeys. And it's at this point I realize, oh my God, I'm wearing monkey food around my neck.
Yeah.
Right. What's the boyfriend doing? Just he shell-shocked, doesn't know what to do?
At this point, he's kind of like giggling, like, oh, wow, look at these monkeys. He seems chill.
Because they're not on him, yeah.
The one monkey had gotten off, and I'm like, okay, everything's fine. They're going to eat these seeds and go away. And they do kind of do that until I'm standing there and I'm like, I feel really hot. I feel itchy. What is happening? I'm being stabbed like with tiny little needles.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? So I pull my shirt out and I look under, and I'm covered in fire ants.
Oh my goodness, they were all on the monkey and they fell into your
They were
shirt.
on the monkey and then they went into me. So then I'm like, freaking out and I'm starting to slap myself, but that's not working because the ants are marching downward.
Oh, they want to get south.
So I'm in the middle of the monkey forest with all of these tourists and people and monkeys, and I'm ripping my clothes off. So first comes the t-shirt. It's really hot there. Second, the bra.
Oh, bras off.
At this point, I'm not thinking.
You're in survival mode. I would imagine many of the listeners have not been attacked by fire ants, myself included. What's a good comp for how much that hurts? Is it like a bee sting or less or more?
It's more than a bee sting. They bite. So it's like 1,000 little hot poking needles just stinging you. And it causes like welts and rashes. So I'm just completely freaking out. I'm hitting myself. I'm half naked at this point. But again, these fire ants are very committed and they're making their way south. So I literally, without thinking, just pull off the shorts and the underwear.
Wow.
Oh.
Now you're in a National Geographic shoot.
You weren't worried that the ants were going to like
get in your vagina?
Now you're more exposed. They could crawl up in you.
I was concerned about all of it. But what I was feeling at the time was I saw them on the top of my clothes, but I felt them underneath. And I knew that I needed to brush them or hit them or kill them to get them off of me.
You needed to be able to get every one of them off you.
Right.
And so you needed access to your whole body. I understand the instinct.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So now I'm standing naked in the forest in the middle of Monkey Temple in my tennis shoes. I'm getting most of them off. So the ex-boyfriend, Monica, not a meet cute, ex, okay?
This is an end cute.
He's laughing.
Oh my
Hilariously.
God.
Like he cannot stop laughing. I'm standing naked and he's laughing. And he's not running for water. He's not slapping me or the things off.
He started to take his pants off.
Yeah.
He should have in solidarity.
I know, right? And everyone around is just in shock because I just look like I'm having this episode.
Yeah, you look like a nudist, but like a crazy aggressive one where it's like, I got to get out of these clothes right now.
You know, you would think that it can't get any worse in this moment, and it can.
Uh-oh.
The biggest monkey during this whole scenario, let's call him the dominant monkey. Let's call him,
Zeus.
He's, of course, reacting, kind of having this moment of looking around because all the monkeys are really into what's happening as well. Like, it just seems very exciting. This person is not doing what people normally do in the monkey temple. So he looks and he literally locks eyes with me across the monkey temple. And then he kind of gets up and then I see the biggest monkey erection.
He's immediately horny.
Yes.
God.
And I literally, again,
God.
can't think of anything to do except just go, no, thank you. No,
I'm glad you were
monkey,
polite.
no.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Oh my God. This is so scary.
So finally, the boyfriend kind of snaps too because I'm moving around him and he's assessing like, oh no, this is not a good thing. And so he actually starts making big, loud primate noises and big body. And then the main monkey just kind of loses interest and then went over to another female monkey, but he was halfway to me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Whoa. It almost turned into dolphin asparagus.
I know. And I am never going here.
Well, you could prepare better.
No, because no one's there.
Don't
like,
put food around your
monitoring.
neck.
Also,
Let's start
that
there.
little girl, she was a devil in disguise.
A cute devil.
She was a
I
little
bet it was
devil.
that baby.
She did it. No, that baby would never do that. This girl was trying to kill you.
She might have assumed you knew that was food to give them and not to
Nope.
put around your neck
She
next
put
to
it
your
on her
artery.
neck.
I'm going to go with both of you at this point.
Okay,
I
great.
have thought about that since, and I feel like she was kind of like, oh, well, she's putting it around her neck. That's cool.
No, she wanted chaos.
She was a devil baby.
Yeah.
She was a
Yes.
harbinger of evil.
To this day, I can't even watch monkeys on TV. Like, I have monkey PTSD. Like,
Yeah.
I sweat at the zoo.
Now, the ants, you were able to get them all off of you.
Yeah.
And then you were able to get your clothes back on pretty quickly. Did you continue on with the tour of the temple, or were you like, fuck this, I'm out of here?
Yeah, it was a real fuck this situation.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's hard to rally after that. The alpha male's like already got his eyes on you.
Exactly.
You kind of want to get out of here.
Get away.
Do you know how many Christmases around the world, families have regaled their family members with this incredible time they went to this temple and what they observed. Like the gift you gave these people, I don't know if I've ever seen anything as spectacular as that.
Yeah. And then also preparing for this, I was thinking about, because I was working at Pacific Islands Club, I was teaching aerobics.
Yeah, you look great.
My 21-year-old self, long blonde hair, like the whole works.
It's no wonder this Zeus got aroused.
No, it's
Foregone
still
conclusion.
predatorial. Doesn't matter what anyone looks like.
No means no, Zeus.
Yeah. Even though you were saying no, thank you.
No, please.
I was being polite. Well, thank you guys. This has been a real honor.
This was so fun.
This is incredible. I didn't really think we'd get a story
Yeah,
that
this
good, to
is
be honest.
really
That's
good.
a 10 out of 10. Because already I'm like, okay, the monkeys are great. That's going to be a great story. And my presumption is they tore your shirt off as
Yes,
they
I
left.
thought
And that's
that.
going to be fine. But no, ants enter the picture and then Zeus is around.
It will forever live in my memory.
How much longer did you stay with that boy?
I stayed with him in Saipan for a while, and then we broke up after we both left Saipan.
Right. And you have zero contact with him. You've not bumped into him on Facebook or anything?
No, he still drunk dials from time to
Okay,
time.
great.
I was the one that got away.
Yeah.
The monkey bride. Zeus also calls.
Take care and thanks so much for that banger of a story.
Thank you. Bye.
Very, very fun.
That was a hot tale.
I'm itchy now.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
Some ants.
Yeah, I feel like there's ants.
Ants in your pants?
Ants in my pants. Max. Wonder if it's my Max.
Let's go, Max. Max, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
Oh,
Hello.
wonderful.
I am so excited to be on here with you all.
Oh, and
Us
we are
too.
excited to be talking to you. I see that you have a nice hat collection behind you.
My fiance thought you might comment on that.
Well, she was right. What else did she think I was going to comment on? Because I got a hunch you know what's coming next.
My scar, but that was it.
No, nice biceps.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice definition.
Thank you very much.
But you know what they look like? They look like they're the result of an actual athletic endeavor. Are you a climber or something?
I was a climber for a while. I played tennis in high school.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, they've got that very athletic toned look to them.
Well, I take that as high praise from you, Dax.
Are you in Austin?
I am just outside of Boulder, Colorado.
Monica,
I decided
welcome.
to try it.
Didn't it feel good?
It didn't, because I didn't get it right.
Okay. But you know, Monica hates when I guess, but she's now
I
joined.
decided to try
It's
it.
so fun.
Austin's Boulder South, right?
Yeah,
very
true.
similar clientele.
And Monica, my fiance, is from just outside of Atlanta. She's from
Fun.
Roswell, Georgia.
Roswell, we just talked to somebody else who was from Roswell.
Roswell's having a moment.
And ding, 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 Easter egg, we're going to have an episode of Flightless Bird on Roswell.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first episode I ever heard of Armchair Expert was with David.
Oh, the
It was.
Sim.
The QAnon episode.
Oh, okay. And Armchaired and Dangerous.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Max, you ended up accidentally naked. I can't wait to hear how that happened.
I did indeed. So this story takes place back in 2018 here in Boulder. I'm in the restaurant industry. I've been a chef for many, many years. Recently took over front of house at a small brew pub here in Boulder called Under the Sun. It's actually where I met my fiance.
Oh.
And at the
Oh,
time we were
cute.
both working there. I was a line cook. She was a server.
Oh.
It's a hotbed of activity at those restaurants.
It sure is. And the living situations can be quite wild, which leads me into the next portion of this story. So we were both early 20s living in what amounted to slumlord tenant situations. In Boulder, you can only have 3 unrelated individuals living in a house together on a lease legally. They do that to keep landlords from taking advantage of college students and things like that because it is a big college town, but they do nonetheless. So both of us were kind of in similar living situations, not super happy with our roommates, but I could not stand my roommate and I preferred to be at my fiance Samantha's house. So I would be there quite often. She was living in a house that was supposed to have 2 people on the lease, but there was 5 people living there.
Oh, so they're already in violation.
Very much so. And in the restaurant industry, not trying to make generalizations here, but tends to be some substance abuse and also kind of psychological issues.
Yeah, the hours suck, so you're going hard.
That was definitely the situation for both of us. And her roommates in particular were very mentally unstable. One of them in particular, we'll call him Lucas. I remember the first time I met him, I walked into her house. It's probably like 11 p.m. and he's sitting in the living room just chugging a bottle of Tito's all by himself.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is kind of how I get introduced to this gentleman. As I'm over her house more and more, we're getting kind of hot and heavy, and I'm over her house just about every single night. I get to know this kid a little bit better, and he is, let's just say, unhinged. Couple of preliminary stories for you before we get into the meat of it, no pun intended. He would oftentimes make some off remarks to Samantha that I wasn't very fond of. So we had a couple of altercations verbally where I'm like, hey man, can you lay off? That's not cool. So my fiance is a oil painter. At the time, she had her studio in the backyard of this ranch house in Boulder, Colorado. And it was like a little outbuilding, a little garage in the back. We were sitting out there one night. I'm just sitting on a couch and I have a direct view to the back side of this garage. And there's a window there. And I notice a little face peeking up over the windowsill. It's pitch black. There's nothing but weeds and bushes back there. There's no reason for anyone to be there. And I'm like, that's really creepy. Who's back there peeping on us? I kind of noticed it. I was like, Sam, is there someone over there? And she's like, maybe. It might be my roommate. He's kind of a creep.
This is Lucas.
God.
This is Lucas. I forget about it. We're first couple months of our relationship. So if we're together for more than an hour, we're probably getting steamy, which happens. We're sitting on the couch, we're hooking up, and I notice Lucas is standing there just straight up staring at us.
Oh.
Okay.
It gave me like a pit in my chest. I was like, who is that? What is going on? Are we being stalked right now?
Oh my gosh.
So I notice him there, and he's like very obviously getting his rocks off,
Oh,
Okay,
watching us
he's
hooking up.
pleasuring
He's
himself.
jacking off?
Well, let's keep it clean, Monica.
Yeah, we keep it really clean here.
We didn't see the bottom half of his body, but he was
Oh.
grinning and definitely moving a little bit.
Okay,
Oh,
so he's
shit.
jacking his dick.
Yikes.
I get up, I go out to confront this unhinged person, and I'm like, man, what are you doing? He's like, you're making a big deal out of nothing. I was just hanging out back there. It's my house. It's not your house.
Oh.
I'm like, all right, man, this is too much. Sam, let's go back inside. He's freaking me out. Later that same night, I go outside to smoke a cigarette, and he is face down on the patio, pants around his ankles, in a pile of his own vomit.
Whoa.
So I
Okay.
grab him and put him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own gunk, go back inside and just leave him out there. I'm like, I can't deal with this. This is just to give you an example of what kind of person this guy was.
Right, right.
I wish
That
she
was
had
a-
called into Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
wish.
Yeah.
A couple weeks later, I've been at Sam's house a lot, and I can feel the tension starting to build more and more with this kid. The more I'm there, the more he kind of resents me. He's definitely got the hots for my girlfriend, probably doesn't want me around. And they just so happen to live in 2 rooms that are connected by a walk-through bathroom. So we can hear each other in each other's rooms quite often. Not an ideal situation. So we're in Samantha's bedroom. It's probably 2 a.m. I wake up again early on in the relationship, so good luck keeping our clothes on. I get up to go to the bathroom completely naked, and because the bathroom is shared, very rarely are the doors locked because we don't want anybody getting locked out of their bathroom. So I'm peeing. I think I heard you saying the other day, Dax, how you would force it out a little bit and go for that real high pressure stream.
Yep. Thunderous.
So my stream was certainly thunderous that night. I had been drinking some beer and, I probably made more noise than was necessary. Flushed the toilet, dropped the toilet seat, kind of let it slam. Not really thinking about it. Next thing I know, I notice the door to his room is cracked open just a little bit. He literally kicks the door open, comes raging into the bathroom, and I'm standing there completely naked.
Oh.
And he's like, you piece of shit. I got court in the morning for a DUI. You're trying to fucking sabotage me. You're trying to keep me up. He's pushing me.
Oh my God.
Of course he has court in the morning.
I'm like, man, I hope this kid hits me because I don't want to be the aggressor here, but do something, man. I'm an ex-wrestler. I was ready to go.
Yeah.
Really wanted something to happen. I was raging, but at the same time, I wasn't looking for an assault charge. So kind of trying to keep my cool. And then all of a sudden, from the other side of the bathroom, I hear stomp, 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 stomp. And in through the other door bursts Sam, also completely naked.
Okay.
With a hairbrush in her hand, screaming, Lucas, get out of here! Swinging the hairbrush. She came to save my ass. So now I'm between the two of them. They're trying to go at it, and I'm between the two of them like, Sam, stay away. He's crazy. I'm like, Lucas, get out of here, man. What are you doing? This is ridiculous. I eventually push him into his room. I lock the door. We go back into her bedroom and get some clothes on. And then the rest of the night ensued with all of the roommates in the house coming out and putting in their 2 cents.
It sounds like a teaser for an episode coming up on the MTV House reality show. Like, I feel like they would tease out this moment for like 3 or 4 episodes.
Totally.
That is exactly what it was like. So we get through the night, and with all of these previous situations that had occurred, they had tried to get this guy out of the house for a while, but he wasn't on the lease. So there's a little bit of legality issues there. It's basically squatters' rights. You can't kick him out.
Oh my God. Some of these rules are preposterous. Let's reward the person who hasn't even made any commitment to the place.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The next day, we hear him leave early in the morning to go to his court date for his DUI.
Mm-hmm.
He is still raging as loud as he can, talking about how big of a pussy I am. I'm 5'5", Italian, and at the time I didn't have any of this. It was just the mustache. So he was like, you fucking Mario, what are you gonna do, Mario?
Oh, God.
You fucking pussy, what are you gonna do? Like trying to get me to start stuff with him. So it was an apt comparison to draw, but the whole morning all I hear is him calling me Mario to all the other roommates. Fucking Mario's in there, piece of shit, starting stuff at the house. He shouldn't be here. Well, everybody kind of agreed that he was the problem. So we call the landlord. Sam basically gave him the ultimatum, you got to get this guy out of here or we're calling the cops and we're going to have him like forcibly removed. Finally, that day, the landlord came by, was like, man, you got to get out of here. You got a couple days. By the time I came back to her house that night, he had gone through, broken anything glass he could find. Furniture was just destroyed.
God.
I mean, chairs like broken into kindling. It was just a disaster. But that was the last we ever saw of Lucas. And it was our hope that he would get some help.
Yeah.
We don't know where he is now, but Sam and I are happily engaged.
Oh, some of these young men, they're like adolescent elephants, just smashing trees and stuff. They're just a total liability.
Oof.
Nearly a nude fisticuff situation, which could also be a prom. Tell us about a time you fought naked.
Yeah.
Which, as you recall, the defining fight between my brother and I, he was bare naked.
Yeah, that's right.
I relate to this, but of course I was a Lucas in this story.
Sure. Well, I hold space for everybody and their issues. Really hope that he found the help that he needed. But all I know is that me and Sam have found ourselves in a much better living situation. Just the two of us and a couple of pets. So
Oh, good. It all worked out.
I love that she joined the melee.
Yeah.
Nude with a
it was
hairbrush.
impressive. I was like, this girl is for me.
Oh, well, Max, what a tasty story.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for telling us that.
Thank you for having me. It was great to meet you all.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is it called hot and heavy? What's the heavy part about?
Heavy breathing?
Is it?
Ooh, I think that's it. Yeah.
It is?
Panting. Yeah.
And then it should be called hot and panting.
Hot and breathy.
Ew.
I like hot and heavy. You don't like that term?
Is it like bodies are heavy on top of each other?
Oh, they can be, Monica.
I know.
Especially if you're with a big boy.
Well, I guess that's true.
Or even a medium-sized boy, really.
I mean, a small boy is still probably heavy.
Probably heavy. Yeah, even the small boys are heavy.
Yeah.
Boys are heavy.
I love chefs.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
I feel like we've time traveled and we're talking to a young Martha Stewart.
Oh.
The organization of the garments, the many different colors, the good lighting, the hair, it's all
Wow.
very young, youthful.
That's a compliment minus the jail time.
No, that makes me like her more, actually, that she's a convict.
I just
love
don't
that.
want you to have to go to jail.
I kind of dig that too, actually. Then she made the best of it. I watched that whole documentary.
She did. She's friends with Snoop.
Yeah, she'll turn lemons into lemonade any day. Kimberly, where are you at in the country?
I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in Marina del Rey.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Far
Which,
away
for
from
people who are not from here, is virtually the same distance to Las Vegas for us if you factor in the drive time.
Yeah, you guys are really, really far. I was just listening to the Dave Bird episode and he's in Venice. And then we had a whole thing about the west side of Los Angeles and how there's not a vibe. And I'm like, I need to go where the cool folks are.
Yeah.
Well, come over
time
for-
to get out of there.
Come over for a meal and see what you think. Maybe you'll stay. But yeah, I think it would blow people's mind that it's probably 30 miles away.
30.
But it's minimally a 2-hour drive.
It's like 15. It's not very many miles at all. And then it's 4 hours.
It is 4 hours. Yes. If I have to go to that side of the world, it's a whole other country.
Ugh.
And you just stay on the west side, right? Have you ever gotten drunk at Circle Bar?
I have a lot of memories of Circle Bar.
Oh.
What years? Because my very good friend Steve DeCastro, who's a stunt coordinator, he was both the manager there and the bartender.
Every time I ended up there, it was like the last stop of the night. So I was never sober walking in. And it was like who's going to hold my purse while we hit the dance floor kind of a place for me.
I think you described perfectly what state of mind most people are when they find themselves at the Circle Bar.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a great spot. It's still there. It's still alive and kicking, which is good to know post-COVID.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so you accidentally ended up naked.
I did. I'll set the scene for you a little bit. I know you used to live in Santa Monica, so it was in your hood in 2005.
I still live there.
You could have been in this situation.
Well, I know that I wasn't because I certainly would remember someone accidentally naked. But let's see. Maybe I was on the periphery in a blackout myself.
I have been in Los Angeles for like 4 years, living the dream, trying to be an actor and being a bartender and doing all of the things. And I had met this wonderful guy who later became my husband, who I'm still married to today. So 18 years in.
Wow. That's an eternity.
He was at the time going to make a film. And when we first met, we had a month to get to know each other and date. And we kind of hit it off really hard and ended up really attached at the hip. But we knew that there was kind of this expiration date because he was going to go to New York and he was going to be there for 6 months having this adventure. And it's like, hey, nice to meet you. Maybe I'll call you on the other side, but let's just have
A little
some fun.
early for me to do nothing for 6 months.
100%. And so we kind of decided that we were just going to have this fun together. And we spent all of our time together. And so as we inched closer to the day of him going and doing this thing, I was like, I want to do something kind of cute and sexy and fun for him as kind of a going away gift of like a, hey, maybe on the other side, give me a call, or just like a good memory. So in my neighborhood at the Santa Monica Mall, which if you're from Los Angeles, it's on 3rd Street Promenade, which is like a huge tourist area. So it is always, especially on a weekend, this happened on a Saturday afternoon, just sort of a stupid day to choose to do this in hindsight. But it was full of tourists and it's a very bustling kind of thing.
It's about 60% German in August on that promenade.
God, I used to love the promenade so much.
You did?
I did.
Yeah, I used to go
My
eat at that
early
Fat
days.
Burger and People Watch for hours.
I used to spend all day there. I would go and see like 3 movies.
Yeah.
Sure. You had the AMC 7, you had the Odeon, there was
used
a
to be
third.
Buddha's Belly.
Oh.
Do you guys remember Buddha's Belly?
Yes.
What
It
happened
was
there?
so good. It got canceled.
They got canceled. What were they selling?
It was an Asian restaurant. It was so
Oh.
good.
Ooh.
It was so good. It's not there anymore. I think it's like a Boa Steakhouse or something now.
Yeah.
But I decided to go and I'm going to take it like a sexy photo strip in this photo booth. And I'm going to put it as like a bookmark in the book that he was reading. So when he opened the book, then there's just this photo strip of good memories. I planned this whole thing. I went and bought some sort of sexy lingerie, and I knew that this photo booth was here. It was in the food court area of Santa Monica Mall.
I wish people could know what it looks like.
I know. It's right out of an 80s California movie. It's like the epitome of a food court.
It was before they redid it to what it is today. And it was like the covered mall, like the Sapporo and the Chopsticks restaurant. It was a proper food court.
Yeah, there's a hot dog on a stick there.
So it was kind of in the back corner, but sort of in the center. All the tables are sort of around it. So I go in. It has a floor to ceiling curtain, a lot of privacy. It's not like anybody's going to know what I'm up to. Like, no big deal. I go in, and when you step into the booth, it kind of lights up and turns on, right? So the lights come on, and then you have these options that you can choose a border. And I chose these little red heart borders to go around the frame of the pictures. And it was like 5 pictures you could take.
Really quick, are you in a trench coat?
No, I'm wearing normal clothes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The plan is to, with each picture, take off one more piece of.
Oh,
Yes, of
cool.
course.
creative.
And kind of stripped down to where the last photo is sort of like all the good naked bits.
Yes,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Timing wise, you
You
gotta
be on your
quick.
you got to be on your toes.
Thank you for saying that, Monica, because I, like you, am a planner of things. And so I
Yeah.
get in there and I'm like, where's the camera? How long do I have? I got to rehearse this. I have to sort of figure out where to put my body. Because like, if you want to get the good stuff pushed up to the camera, you're kind of having to like
Yeah.
get in weird positions. Now, this wasn't X-rated. It was kind of like a soft R rating kind of a photo shoot. I'm not going for hustler. It was more like a Playboy situation.
Tasteful.
Very
Elegant.
classy.
Yes, wanting to like channel the inner Pamela Anderson. And so I took the time to rehearse. And then when I was ready, I went ahead and pressed start. It was great. Happened fast, but I was like, bam, 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 and got all of the poses. Get dressed. I come out looking totally normal. And I have to stand outside for a little bit waiting for those pictures to print. So as I'm standing, I'm kind of noticing like a lot of people looking at me
Right.
and sort of smiling. And I distinctly remember this older gentleman. He had to have been like in his 70s or something that was holding a food tray that just gave me a thumbs up. Have a good day, bud.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing this kind of vibe, but I'm like, whatever. The pictures pop out and I look at them and I'm like, do I need to do a retake? Did they turn out okay? Make sure that ink is dry. I don't want to like smear. So mission accomplished. They're cute. I'm happy. And I'm like, okay, we did it. Feeling myself. I'm going to go get myself some lunch. Great. Walk over to the Sapporo, get myself a slice of pizza. Guy at the counter is just like, hey, very smiley, kind of flirty. And I'm like, hey, cool. I got a vibe today. Like, this is good. And I go and sit down to eat my pizza. And while I'm doing that, this group of 3 girls goes into the booth. Don't think anything of it. But as they walk in, that moment where the lights turn on, the entire back side of the photo booth, from ceiling to floor, turns into a screen that live streams everything happening
It's
in
a
the
monitor.
No. Why don't they warn you?
Listen, I knew it would anger you, so I didn't leap ahead, but I do remember that photo booth had a screen.
Most don't, though.
I often see what's being taken inside on a little LCD screen.
Well,
Rob's shaking his head too. That
Yeah,
rings a
yeah.
bell for you as well.
Nowadays, the new ones, because then you're emailing to yourself and stuff. But the old school ones, I've never seen that.
Well, Santa Monica Place Food Court had the highest of technology.
they did at the time. And it just looks like an ad.
Yeah.
And then you get in and the ad turns to live stream. And so my rehearsal,
Oh,
practicing of poses,
Oh, no.
I whooshing up toward the camera, the whole performance. As I'm watching these girls in there kind of giggling and doing their poses, I mean, the blood just dropped.
And you're eating your pizza and you're still there.
I gotta say, if I were there, because in '95, I guess I was 30. If I was there and then I witnessed this entire thing, well, first of all, I'd be like, I am so horny for this person. Obviously, that would be my first reaction, and then I would go, oh God, and she's gonna sit down and eat pizza. So this was a bit of a performance.
Yeah, like it was
I would
on
start thinking
purpose.
there's like an exhibitionism going. I would just ask what's happening.
Yeah. I feel like if you were to have seen me in the moment of recognition, you wouldn't have had that
It would have
thought.
cleared up any of those thoughts.
100%. I saw it. And then I could feel other people looking at me, like watching that I had figured it out.
Oh, that's the worst part.
I don't even know what happened. I left my body and I picked up my lunch tray and I put it in the trash and I head down, walked out to my car. And I just remember sitting in the parking garage in my car, like, do I cry?
Right.
And I just hysterically alone in my car was laughing so hard.
Yes.
I was
Oh, good.
crying. I just like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Yes. I
That's a
talk about this
great
moment all the time. It's from The Wrestler. Like when we get truly embarrassed, that uncontrolled laughter. I relate so much. Oh, I love that
That
story.
was great.
I'm furious I wasn't at the mall that day.
You might have just missed her.
Yeah, if I had been banging down a hot dog on a stick and then that was happening. Oh, did you tell I guess he wasn't your boyfriend yet, but did you tell him what had happened when you gave him the strip?
I couldn't not tell him. This story has kind of gone down in our history. We still have the photos.
Oh, amazing.
yes.
I'm not going to show you.
Yeah. You had to be at the mall for that.
It ended up being really great because probably that experience on top of just us. And he ended up calling about 3 weeks later saying, I don't want to make this movie without you. Will you come to New York?
Oh.
And you went.
I did. I quit my job and I went and I actually worked on his movie like behind the scenes.
And you're still together.
Yeah.
Oh my
Amazing.
gosh.
Meet cute.
What a meet cute.
Sort of.
No, it's not really a meet cute.
Anytime
But
there's
it's
love,
cute.
it's a
I think
meet
you just
cute.
mean it's cute.
No, I always a meet cute.
Okay. Well, Kimberly, what a great story. Thank you so much for telling that. That's a unique version of this.
If you ever need to take some sexy pictures, I mean, it's the trend now to just do it with your phone, but careful of the photo booth.
I'm nervous of like some exhibitionists now running down to
You're
that
like,
photo
oh.
booth, putting on a show. Yeah.
I know.
Because that's kind of my thought
Got
right
some
now is like,
ideas.
I should go in there.
It's probably not the first time that photo booth saw
Been
any naked
abused.
pics, I would imagine.
All right. Well, great meeting you, Kimberly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can I just tell you how much I absolutely love you guys? I know everyone does that, and I promised I wouldn't geek out, but I've been an Armcherry since the beginning. I actually heard you, Dax, on Anna Faris's podcast.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Which brought me to you guys.
Ah.
And you're my ride or die now. And I listen to every episode and I learned so much. It is not out of the norm for me to pause an episode and go and ask Siri what a word means that you guys have used.
Oh, well, sometimes we make up words. So.
Sure. I bet a lot of times Siri's like, that's
Sorry.
not a word,
Yeah.
Kimberly.
Which is also really fun. But no, so you've expanded my vocabulary, but also my worldview. And I think you're wonderful and amazing.
Thank you. And by the way, we love hearing that. That makes us so
Yes,
happy. We
it
sit in this
does.
little room. We know people are listening, but obviously to get to meet them, we love every
Yeah,
time.
very special.
Well, we love you. And it's so exciting to be in the attic in like a teeny little way. And I get to see the full dog picture, which I've only seen blips of.
It delivers, right? It's a regal beast.
It is.
All right. Great meeting you.
Great meeting you guys.
All right. Take care.
Bye. Oh, those were fun.
Oh,
I
they were
enjoyed
really
that.
fun. Accidentally naked.
You ate a lot of hot dogs on sticks.
Well, I didn't eat food at restaurants for 10 years because I was broke.
Yeah.
But once in a blue moon, I would splurge and go get a hot dog on a stick and or a cheese on the stick, which they have too.
Is it covered in a crust?
It's a corn dog
It's a corn dog on a stick.
and a corn cheese, if we could call it that.
Fried cheese and a corn crust.
Yes. Have you ever had that? They have them
I
at
think
Disney.
we had it
Yeah.
at Disney. That was good.
The best ones are at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio.
I just thought about you looking so young and just like walking down the promenade with your hot dog on a stick.
I was on the promenade a lot because I was unemployed and I was young and I didn't have money to do stuff. So yeah, I went there to get entertained.
Yeah, I went there a lot too in my early days, but you would have already been on television by then, so you probably weren't there anymore.
My friend Tim Lovestead and I would always go to that Fat Burger to write sketches.
Oh, fun.
Do you know the Fat Burger? Up towards Wilshire. And then there was also a, God, what was my favorite store? It wasn't J. Crew. What's one that's adjacent to that? And it's a sister
Zara?
to, there was like a male and a female version of the stores.
Brandy Melville, Zara.
Not Banana Republic, but Structure.
Oh, I don't know
Do you know Structure? And Structure had a sister store that you would know, the female version of it. But I used to go to Structure and just covet these
Express?
like corduroy. Yeah, I think it might be Express's
Oh,
sister.
wow.
Is it, Rob?
Yeah,
He's shaking his
Express.
Wow.
Yeah, so they had like
Express.
approachable clothes. Like if I was going to get an item every 6 months, I could. And they had these really cool corduroy pants I liked a lot.
Wow.
They had sweaters.
What else do they have?
So I'd go Fat Burger, People Watch, and then I'd swing through Structure and
And then you get
dream
a
about
hot
some
dog.
outfits.
I bet
That's
you,
where I fought
you
the Cowboys.
Saw her.
Oh, I definitely saw her.
Yeah, not
but-
that day.
But not that day.
But
yeah.
you saw her.
'Cause
Wow.
I wouldn't have
Like
forgotten.
Sim.
I know. She and I moved the same year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was graduating high school.
Oh, thanks for the reminder. All right, love
That was
you.
fun. Love you.
Do you want to sing a tune or something? We don't have a theme song.
Oh, okay, great.
We don't have a theme song for this new show, so here I go. We're gonna ask some random questions, and with the help of Armcherries, we'll get some suggestions. On the fly rhyme dish, Enjoy.